A small bead can make a big difference. A local hospice organization is using a unique program to connect the community with patients and their families. Northstar Care Community has partnered with Beads of Courage to create the Northstar Bead. It's a handcrafted keepsake given to patients entering hospice care. That bead becomes a powerful connection through a shared act of compassion. We got Marcy Hillary. She's from Northstar Care Community, here to share how the Carry the Bead program works. She's joined by Brad Hemker. He's a pediatric hematologist and oncologist who sees the incredible impact of this program firsthand. Welcome to you both. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. So Marcy, let's start with Northstar. Let's explain what that is.
Most people in West Michigan still know us as Hospice of Michigan or Centrica Care Navigators, but we're all part of the Northstar Care Community, and that's who we're talking about today.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So let's talk about the Bead program. What is this? How did this come to be? How does it work?
We're actually really excited about this. It actually came about a year ago when we met this woman who started a program. She was a pediatric oncology nurse, and she had a teenage patient who went through treatment. And at the end, the patient said, you know what, I feel like I've went to war and back, but I have nothing to tell the story of the journey of my care. And she said, you know, if I'd been in the military, I'd have a chest full of medals to tell my story. And so what this nurse did is she said, you know, I've got to do something for these patients. And she created this program where a bead tells the story along a patient's journey. And for 20 years, she's been doing this program. Wow. And recently we connected with her and she said, the only thing that's been missing is when a child enters hospice care, we don't have the beads to represent that journey. And that's where Dr. Hemker comes in and our whole team. So,
okay. All right. So Doctor, talk about how you decided to jump on board and be a part of this.
Well, this is such meaningful work. And as Marcy pointed out, a really important part of the journey, not part of the journey anybody wants their child to have to go through, but we have to care for those kids and those families as well, and to tell that story. It takes heart, it takes courage to walk that journey even when it's not going where we want it to. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's such a great partnership with Beads of Courage to help share that story even as they enter hospice.
So let's talk about the impact that you've seen as you've been a part of this Bead program on families, on patients.
Well, it's just starting, so we are just kicking it off, which is a beautiful thing, but we are hoping that by this fall we'll be able to give our first beads to our first patients, which is exactly why we're here and we're talking about this, is that we want people to join us in this effort. It's kind of an invitation to join us to carry a bead. And what that means is, actually I have one on today, but what that means is that we're asking people to carry 2 beads with them and hold those beads with a special intention. Maybe you go on a hike, maybe you're on a family vacation, maybe you're doing something special, but to hold those beads and think about the child that will be receiving them. And then you mail one of the beads back to us, and then that bead is the start of the journey of one of our patients. And so this is something that we can individuals can do, companies that are looking for a way to do something with their teammates, that, you know, we could come in and talk about it and we could just say, hey, would you be willing to be basically an ambassador and just think about someone who is going to be needing care.
Yeah, and so then is it kind of up to these people to share the story as well? I mean, to really spur conversation?
So that's a great point. Yes, we want to be able to share the story of this, but we also want them to be able to share that story with that patient. Like, they can write a little note that just says, I've been thinking about you. I want you to know that someone cares about you. Just that alone can make a huge impact on patients and their families too.
Yeah. So, you want to add to that?
Well, I think that's a great point. That journey can be so isolating, and of course it's heartbreaking and it's awful. And as I always say about the hospice work that I am so privileged to be a part of, we try to bring joy and peace in that heartbreak. And I think this is another part of that, so that a family knows they're not alone. People are thinking about them even when it's so hard and so difficult. And perhaps because it's so hard and difficult, they need to know that other people are still supporting them.
Wonderful. Okay, so if people are hearing this right now, they're seeing this, they want to be a part of this movement, what do they need to do?
Yeah, they can go to the northstarcarecommunity.org and they can find anything. Just go to the news link on there and you'll be able to read all about it, read about our amazing partners with Beads of Courage. We couldn't ask for a better partner in this. And we'd love for them to join us.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Marcy. Doctor, we appreciate your time. Northstarcarecommunity.org. It's as easy as that. To be a part of a movement and really show people that you care. one of their darkest hours for certain. So northstarcarecommunity.org so you can get your beads. We'll be right back.